Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hello on this MLK Day, right?
Hey.
Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Tom Butler. Jason is off today, obviously, and we coordinated with Red. No, we didn't. We just got lucky.
We got so lucky.
That's the lovely Kendall Mark.
Tom, even this morning at what was it, 5:15 this morning?
Yep.
You were like, we matched today.
Look at this. Look at that deal.
We accidentally matched today.
Do you know what's on my necktie?
No.
Pretzels and beer.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's one of my faves.
I wish I could see that. Did you see my squint? Like, I need to get my
Like
eyes
you could
checked.
almost get that.
Tom, I turned 32 tomorrow, and
Yeah.
I swear to you, like,
How are the eyes?
my eyes need some serious help. If
Oh,
anybody
boy.
has a good eye doctor, let me know. I need help.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. I had an air fryer triumph and tragedy.
Oh, because if you'll remember, Tom got an air fryer for Christmas.
From the girls, that was their gift to, and I found out too, I got to take it back. I found out they did pay for it. I didn't pay for it.
They reprimanded you after
They
the
did.
show.
They're like, we paid for that.
Excuse us.
So anyway, so I made the bacon in the morning, and it was delicious. Easy
it's-
cleanup and all that, because it's just
Really?
all contained. Well, you know, when you fry bacon on the
mess.
stove, it's a mess, right?
Yeah.
And then the cleanup is not fun. In the air fryer was simple, and it was really good. Then I did last night for dinner, I did the breast fillets, and I of course Googled it up. How do I do this? They spray a little Pam on it,
Yep.
and then put it in the breadcrumbs. And so
Yep.
I did that.
It sounded just like that when you read it.
Yes, exactly. And it was a little dry and not very good.
So fail?
Kind of a fail.
Did you say you did salmon too?
The salmon was a win. That was last week, and it was salmon fillets, and I found this glaze recipe. I'm Susie Homemaker all of a sudden.
He
Found
knows.
this glaze recipe where it's maple syrup, orange juice, soy sauce, garlic, and some ginger. And man, it was good. You put that on top, it's like candy. It's so good. It was so tasty. Yes,
Round of
salmon,
applause
and good for us.
For Betty Homemaker
Salmon is
over
good
here.
for us. And you had a good weekend.
I did. It was pretty quiet, but on Friday we got to go to a Gopher wrestling meet.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
a duel with Nebraska.
Right.
Yeah, we were supposed to lose, not by much. We're very close in the rankings. We were at the time.
Right.
But we won. It was great. The last match was really awesome.
Yeah.
And I got to see Gable Steveson, which
Olympic champion. Hello. That's
hello. It was
awesome.
really weirdly quiet though. It's J-term, so there's just a lot of students.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, hello, pandemic. But it was great to be back on campus. I went to the U, and I went to a lot of
Sky Yuma.
Skyuma all day. I hung out with some of the wrestlers in college, so it was
Yeah.
kind of fun to be back in that atmosphere
nice.
with the Hubs, who's a former wrestler.
And buddies
Yeah.
of mine were wrestlers too. And
So you get like they get really into it.
oh yeah, big time.
And I'm like, I don't know what's happening too.
and
so I
they're-
learned a lot.
They're always good guys. They always
They are.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're good guys.
Yeah.
They have weird ears,
that happens.
but they can't help it.
Cauliflower kind of thing.
Cauliflower ear.
It happens.
Jordan, I love your ears. They're just kind of goofy. Hey,
It's like a fortune cookie.
do you hear that, Tom?
I do.
It's the hot dish.
Let's bring it up. I could go for some tater tot hot dish right now.
When was the last time you had tater tot hot dish?
Last year.
For real?
Yeah.
I don't know when the last time. I think like when I was at daycare.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not even kidding. I
You
actually
owe it to
just
yourself,
thinking about
Kendall.
that.
That's a staple.
To
Come
yourself.
on. It's so good.
I digress.
Maybe you can make it in the air fryer. I'll see if I
You
can
let
find
me
a recipe.
know.
I'll see if I can find a recipe.
It's easy cleanup. SNL returned for the first time in 2022. Ariana DeBose, she's from West Side Story. She was the host, so you might not have heard of her, but you will have, let me tell you. And she showed off her pipes with Kate McKinnon in the opening monologue.
Tonight, it all began tonight. I saw you and the world went away. Ariana DeBose. Tonight, there's only you tonight. What you are, what you do, what you That's pretty good, Kate.
I've been on Broadway.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, like the sidewalk.
I feel pretty. oh so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and gay, and I pity any girl who is in need today. See the pretty girl in that mirror there, what's there? Who can an attractive girl be? Which, what, where, whom, such a pretty...
What just happened?
Nice fresh cake. Shortly after this, she gets up and dances a little bit, and everyone freaks out. And then she looks back at Kate McKinnon, and she goes, "Oh, they know I dance. They know. They know." Overall, she got pretty good reviews for the show. I didn't get a chance to watch it live, but I watched a lot of the skits because they put them on YouTube later.
Right.
I really liked this one with Pete Davidson. It was about prom, or it wasn't prom, they called it like winter formal or something, about a company who will help make sure that your child has a good time at the dance. And like, it's just ridiculous. Like, they lose it. It was a good one. Did you watch?
She's got a voice though, doesn't she? Man, she can sing. And then Kate McKinnon reminds me of when I work with Karen Skolin, and she sings in the studio a little bit like that.
Skolin sings?
That's, yes.
And it sounds just like that?
Just like Kate McKinnon. Really good. Next up in the dish, you know I love you, Karen. It's time for a new Messica. Netflix dropped the trailer for the second season of Love is Blind. That's the show where everyone falls in love before seeing their significant other. Jessica Messica, take a look.
The pods are officially open. What it do, baby?
The whole point is about finding out who we are as people.
I'm getting to know someone's heart before anything else.
This experiment interests me because, you know, I don't have boobs and a butt.
Like, one decision just changes your life.
The new season drops in February. So far from season 1, 2 couples are still together. That would be Lauren and Cameron, and Amber and Matthew. If you're wondering, Jessica, a.k.a. Messica, is engaged to a doctor, Jessica Messica.
Did you know any of that?
I
before
had to
today?
Google the Messica thing because when I was pre-reading and I'm like, this must be some kind of urban thing. Let me take a look. And then it was like, yeah, when you come up with the fake name for Jessica, it's Messica. Jessica Messica.
Thank you.
Yes.
Messy Jessica, people, because she was a little bit of a hot mess express. So I take it you'll be watching.
I've set the DVR on my phone and we're good to go.
It's on Netflix.
I guess I fibbed.
Okay, well, for
I
those
was
of
actually
you wondering.
Googling air fryer recipes that don't leave you going, I'm sorry, honey. And she's like, no, it was good. It's good.
It's delicious,
Yeah.
honey, and our house doesn't smell like salmon and bacon. It's fine. By the way, I did look into this because I also did not watch this.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, they can't see each other the whole show, but they're
Right.
all super attractive people.
Well, hello, it's still TV and you have to, you know.
I mean, but honestly, wouldn't it be so much better to actually test the whole, that's their whole thing, is like, can you fall in love without seeing each other? Well, test it by being like, this is someone I normally wouldn't date. On both ends, on all ends of it, you know?
Sure.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying.
Like, you have
yeah.
a type, and then it's not your type, and then you can actually see if that's who you like.
So you break through the superficialities and, yes,
Be
with
deeper.
the soul of the person.
Ted will be reviewing it, don't worry.
The
Tom will not.
cerebral part rather than just the facade.
Right, and if they have an air fryer, bonus points.
I'm just saying,
Just saying.
if they're good at it.
I mean, it's a big if. Next in the dish, nearly 30 years after the first Santa Claus movie debuted, Scott Calvin, he's back. Tim Allen will return to the role in a new series slated for Disney+. Now, if you, for some reason, lived under a rock and forgot about this, Tim played businessman turned Santa Claus in the Santa Claus 1 and 2 and 3. Really, 1 was the only one you needed to see, though. Yeah. His team from Last Man Standing will write and executive produce the show. Production is expected to begin in March. I loved this movie when I was a kid. I wanted that hot chocolate recipe. The one elf, she talks about how it took her thousands of years to figure out her hot chocolate recipe, but
Yes.
like they never told us what was in it.
And then, yeah. That'd be
I always
nice to
wanted
know.
that.
Because hot chocolate's big for a kid and us big kids,
Can you add a little something to it sometimes?
right? Yes,
Something.
happens.
So I did look into this a little bit because I was like, do we really need this? Because I didn't love the Santa Claus 2 or 3, especially not number 3. But it sounds like he's, he's turning 65 and he's like, I'm slowing down. I got to find someone new. My kids really probably are not totally normal after growing up at the North Pole, so we should probably get out of town. I don't know, limited series.
Yeah.
Would you watch it? Because you remember how good the original was.
Oh yeah. Maybe. We just finished Ted Lasso, so we're like, what are we gonna watch next? What's next?
I can tell you what you need to watch next.
Which one?
I'm so late on this game.
Is it still Apple? Because did we get rid of Apple now, or is it?
No, I'm so late.
Is it the Will Ferrell?
No.
No, because that looks good too. We were looking at that.
It's The Mandalorian. I'm like 5 years late,
yes,
but it's really good.
I've been watching The Mandalorian.
Oh, so
Baby
you guys
Yoda,
haven't.
are you kidding? And you eat stuff when
Yes, when nobody's looking. I just got through that episode.
Pops it in.
Yeah, I just pops things into his. Okay, I know. I'm like 7 years behind, but I don't even care. People, if you haven't watched it yet, you should. Jason's only been talking about it for 2 seasons.
Those were the rare eggs, right, to that episode?
That's the one I just watched.
Yeah. And
Sorry.
no one's looking. Baby Yoda pops right in.
He's so cute, though. Hey, we've got a lot more coming up on the rest of the show today. Stick around. Coming right back.
Today on the show.
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Put your helmet on. Wipeout is back on TV, and I'm chatting with one of the hosts of the show. Plus, a new cooking show is coming to TV.
And look, wait. Watch this pool slide.
We'll chat live with Daphne Oz about what we can expect on The Good Dish. And then, where can you get takeout in the Metro for the whole family? Stephanie Hansen is back and joins us live. Get an extra K-Cup. The Jason Show. We'll be right back.
Now, we're proud to debut the trailer for the next 90s show about the Black experience to be given a serious, high-stakes remake.
Chicago. People from outside call it Chirac, but I call it home. Round here, ain't no good news on the newspaper page. Only advantage I got, my mind. But that don't count for much in these streets. 'Cause out here, you gotta make your own name.
From executive producers Jaleel White and Kevin Fenley, writer of the Family Matters episode, Urkel accidentally switches bodies with the president.
Ooh, hey, look at Tina, she thick. There's only one girl for me, yo.
Who, Laura Winslow? That bougie neighbor girl?
The goofy characters you loved in the 90s with absolutely none of the fun or charm.
Flowers, my pet.
Steve, it ain't like that between us. I'm not your pet.
But I love you.
What are you, deaf, Steve? She ain't interested. Now get the hell out of here.
That was pretty spot on. More SNL from the weekend with host Ariana DeBose. It's funny stuff.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was funny. Hey, on Mondays we get an extra special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Please give it up this morning from Jacob Wasserman. Hey, Jacob.
What's up, Jacob?
Hey,
we don't usually get to see you on Mondays. I was a little thrown off.
I'm happy to be here.
Well, very good. We're happy you're here too. First up, let's talk about drama in Chicago. Ye attended his daughter's birthday party despite not exactly getting an invitation.
Yes, so let me clarify. It's not drama in Chicago. It's actually in Los Angeles, but it's surrounding his 4-year-old daughter, Chicago. So I know it's a little bit of confusion there. But so it was her birthday this past weekend, and Kanye was very upset because he claimed that he was not invited to her birthday party, which was being held by Kim Kardashian and her family. We're being told that Kim Kardashian was completely blindsided by this video Kanye West made because the plan was to have Kim's party earlier in the day, then Kanye West was going to pick up Chicago and then have his own party at around 4 o'clock. Kanye made a video saying that he was not invited at all, and ended up actually getting to the party. But it wasn't because Kim gave him the address. It was because Travis Scott gave him the address. This was held at Kylie Jenner's house, and Kanye ended up making an appearance. And he actually looked like he was having a great time talking to Kris Jenner and a lot of other family members. And ultimately, everything seems like it worked out.
I'm going to have to make Tom a Venn diagram after this of how all these people are related.
No, I get it. I get it. It's confusing.
It is. Hey, Jamie Lynn Spears, you know how she's related to someone, has a new book out, and she's making the press rounds, but she says it's not about the money.
It's not about the money.
Yeah, so Jamie Lynn Spears is about to release a tell-all memoir called Things I Should Have Said, but she's not going to be doing a nationwide book tour. And this is something that I find shocking. Any celebrity that puts out a book usually does meet and greets at bookstores and goes around talking about their book to promote it. Jamie's not doing it because apparently she is not in it for the money. She's just trying to sell this book to basically tell her side of the story that she's been keeping to herself for years now. And even a portion of the proceeds that the book makes will be going to charities. So she's not going to be doing too much more press, which is shocking considering the fact that she just went on Nightline last week and made some scathing remarks about Britney Spears, saying that Britney back in the day locked the two of them in a room together with a knife, and Britney has been livid about this whole thing. So I guess we're just going to have to read the book to find out more about what it has to say.
My goodness. Lastly here, fans are celebrating what would have been Betty White's 100th birthday today.
I know. So it would have been a monumental day today. Yeah. And you know what it is? It's Betty White's 100th birthday. Of course, she passed away just a few weeks ago, but now you can pay homage to her in the best way possible, and that's by taking part in the Betty White Challenge. And what this is getting involved in any local animal shelter, whether it be adopting, volunteering, donating. Betty White was a champion of animal rights for years and even adopted over 20 dogs, which is incredible. And today on TMZ Live, we had an animal rescue come in, and we had a bunch of dogs running around this office. They were so cute. They're all up for adoption, and it's just so sad that they don't have a home right now. So to anyone who wants to pay homage to Betty and honor her in the right way, definitely donate to your local animal shelter.
Yeah, it's such a good thing to do, and we know so many people have already been doing it, and to the help of these shelters that really need it. So what a great thing from Betty on what would have been her 100th birthday. We love it. All right, Jacob, thanks so much. Jacob from TMZ, thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your day. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
I definitely was like, I'm going to donate here and my $5 here because it's $5. You know,
well, right.
I mean,
and
we can all do it.
On the Fox 9 Morning News, we were talking with a Start Rescue earlier this morning, and they've gotten hundreds and hundreds of dollars already from this. Some people doing more than just the $5 challenge, but whatever you can. $5, they said, helps because it's, you know, 5 and 5 and 5, and that all adds up.
And a lot of people are doing matches, so check it out. Okay, our next guest, a little bit freaked out. Don't worry, it's okay, I got the interview. She's one of the hosts of the new version of Wipeout. In case you forgot what the show is all about, here's a clip to refresh your memory.
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. We don't award points for style, but I think we should.
That right there, ladies and gentlemen, that's a clip from Wipeout. And last week, I chatted with one of the hosts of the show, Camille Kostick. Take a look. All right, some new episodes of Wipeout are coming on to TBS. Camille, I have to be really honest with you. I played it really cool 2 seconds ago and I just said hi to you, but I'm a huge fan. Hashtag never not dancing. I love the energy that you bring. Yes, you were such an energetic, exciting personality. This has got to be the perfect fit for you, continuing on with this show.
I'm so excited. And you want to know what? When I grew up in television studios through middle school, high school, college, and it was my dream to host a national television show, but I never knew what that show was going to be. So when I saw all the headlines across the news come out that TBS was bringing back Wipeout again after, being on a hiatus for, 7 years, I couldn't wait. Not only either cast to run the obstacle course, but big hopes that I would be the host. So to land this job was such a dream for me. Now that I'm a part of the show, I'm realizing this was what I had worked for my whole life. A family show, something where I got to go on, be myself, get to know these contestants around the world, and just tell the story to bring laughter back to everybody at home. So if you've never seen Wipe Out before, please tune in. Tuesdays, 9/8 Central on TBS. It's such a good time, a family show, something for everyone.
Well, what's it like working with John and Nicole? They've got to be pretty fun people to work with. Watching some of the episodes you've done before with them, just the banter is hilarious.
It is so much fun. We're three different people with different backgrounds that come together to just be big kids at heart on a big playground. Our job every day is to show up on an obstacle course and just have a good time. So that's exactly what we do. And it's really cool how we come together and really just, it brings the best out in all of us. And we have such a good time.
Okay, when I watch these, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks so painful. When someone comes out of the course and then they come and talk to you, are you ever like, are you okay? What can I do for you?
Just about every time. I would say rookie Camille in the first half of the season was always very concerned. But when you start to see it hundreds and hundreds of times, you know that it's okay, especially if they made it out. If they made it to me, that means they finished. Hopefully they qualified to move on to the next round. And but I think that's what's so fun is I'm the first person that they see as soon as they finish that first round and the round after, and if they continue on to the finale. So they're huffing and puffing. Sometimes people eat breakfast a little bit too soon to the course, so they're not my friends. Sometimes it's not always, laughter. It's
it's not always pretty.
Tune in and watch yourself. Yes, I didn't know that part when I signed up for the job, but it is very fun, and I think it's very fun for people to watch that part at home. That's what TV is all about. But no, it's what you see is what you get. There is no rehearsal runs. You run for the first time. There are no redos. It's called Wipe Out for a reason. So if you wipe out, you don't go back from the beginning. You keep going. Get back up. Keep going. So it's a lot of fun.
Is there anyone from the upcoming episodes that you really remember, like an episode that really stands out or part of the course that has been particularly tricky?
You want to know what? I would say this goes outside of the course. There's some proposals that happen on the upcoming episodes. And I am such a hopeless romantic. I'm such a sucker for love. So for as much as I laugh, I cry. I cry on this show too. I don't hold back. I get very close with the contestants. I interview them in the morning before they hit the course. I like to get to know them so that everyone watching gets to know them and kind of creates this relationship and roots somebody on. And, so I get very surprised, and it's hard for me to remember everybody. So I'm excited to tune in every night on Tuesday and see what's going to come. It's still a surprise for me. So, but yeah, there's more than just the obstacle course runs on these shows. And I think that's what makes it so exciting and new every time.
I'm like, where do you put the ring if you propose on an obstacle course called Wipeout? You know what I mean? Like, aren't you a little nervous it's going to get stuck in the mud?
Well, and that's the thing, when you, like I said, when you sign up for the show, you know that you're going to commentate on the people running the course, but you don't know that maybe there's someone that's about to give you a ring box to hold, to hand off. It's a big responsibility. And then are they going to say yes? What am I about to witness? Please say yes, because it's a little awkward for me. But no, everyone has to watch. This just reminded me of all the exciting stuff that's to come on top of watching, people win that big cash prize at the end. And it's cool to find out what are they fighting for and what are they doing it for. And it's surprisingly heartfelt too.
That's awesome. I have one final question for you. You are obviously very fit, Sports Illustrated model. Your boyfriend, everybody knows him, Gronk, obviously very fit, going into the playoffs yet again. Could you two manage this course?
You know what? I get asked this question a lot, and I always get asked who would do better. I'm like, why don't we just go as a team? I think that I could strategize really great. I think his physical and athletic ability would take him pretty far and help with my wipeouts. But yeah, I think we could do it. I think we could be up for the challenge.
I think you could do it too. And it would be very entertaining no matter what.
Yes, I agree. Let's see how well we can work together. I think that's the best part. It's like when newlyweds in relationships and they come on the show and they love each other and they're very affectionate, they go and they hit that course and it is like, it is totally different, a very different dynamic. Are they yelling to encourage each other? Are they like, come on, honey, you got it? So yeah, let's tune in and all watch together and see how that challenge really, really works out in a relationship.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Good interview there, Kendall.
Little nerd alert over here. I was like, hey girl, I follow you on Instagram.
And she's always dancing, kind of like Kendall.
Dancing. Yes, I
always dancing. Hashtag. Wipeout airs Tuesday nights on TBS. Stay right there. We are coming right back. So much more good stuff coming. We're dancing. We're dancing. We're dancing. Can we get some 2% over here for Kendall? We need some milk.
I prefer oat, actually.
Oat milk for cookies. My daughter does too. Welcome back. It is time for maybe just something for us to sink our teeth into. Should we do that? Let's do it every day. The new show is called The Good Dish, and it's all about food, cookies in this case, from what to make for dinner to after-school snacks to grocery shopping, and it launches today.
And joining us, the hosts of the show, Daphne Oz, Gail Simmons, and Jamaica Pessoa. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi there.
Well,
Thanks for having us.
Well, of course, we have to start off first things first. You sent us some cookies.
Yes.
Tom is currently eating one. Delicious. Thank you very much.
Good.
We appreciate it.
Very good.
All right, so many folks recognize y'all from a variety of things, but specifically Dr. Oz, Daphne, your dad. What is this show going to be all about that's a little bit different?
Yes, well, as you've been seeing us the last couple of years on the Dr. Oz Show, you know we are all about delicious bites all the time. But now that we are breathing into a full hour of a show every single day, it's really a chance to come together in the kitchen. Yes, we are answering every single day the eternal question, what is for dinner? Making it really easy, filling you with great insider tips and tricks, the things that chefs actually cook and the ways that they cook at home, but also doing it in a way that's really practical and fun and useful for busy people. We're busy moms, busy people who actually still care about food. Maybe you just want to watch people make delicious food because that's kind of fun and cathartic and relaxing too. But at the end of the day, the goal is to make you feel like you had a chance to relax, hang out with good friends, share something fun, learn a little something, the way that you would with family around the dinner table. You know, drinks are involved occasionally.
It happens. Yes.
And it gets a little loose, and it has real meaning to people. I think we're all craving that connection and craving that relaxing point in our days. We're really lucky to be airing around lunchtime in a lot of places, and that's just the most beautiful way to share with people.
Right.
And we'll be sharing from our own walks of life, but also experts coming through the show, lots of celebrities coming through the show, real people bringing their like cherished, time-honored, generationally protected recipes with us. So we're so excited to get to fill you up every day.
I love it, and you talk about that. It feeds the soul. That's what it does. That time together, and you guys get that as we know you have 8 kids among the 3 of you. Is that right?
Not together, but yes.
No.
We are sort of like a commune over here.
We got a lot going on.
It's like the Waltons revisited.
Easier with that baby.
Throw them in the pile.
I mean, I could use some help. I need a nanny. I'll take it.
Gail, I have a question for you. Since you are known as a judge on Top Chef, you are a food writer. Is there anything that you specifically might make at home, sort of like a junk dish that people would be surprised that you love, that you're going to be sharing with everyone?
I mean, junk dish, I don't know. I mean, we eat everything. Like, I really believe it's, you know, the irony of my job is that I'm the least picky eater in the world. That's kind of, I think, how I can do my job, because I will try anything. I actually don't judge. I'm all bark and no bite. But also, you know, I love tasting a million different things. Like, we have a salt and vinegar obsession in my house. Ooh, so I wouldn't say this is a dish, although we put salt and vinegar on everything. We roast our potatoes with salt and vinegar. We put a salt and vinegar powder on my popcorn when we make it for movie night. We will consume any salt and vinegar chip,
I'm so hungry
baked,
now.
fried,
Wow.
you send us, you know, and dill pickles of every flavor. We joke with my kids too, my 3.5-year-old, that we are the pickle family. We have a song and dance about it. So, like, all of those things are definitely going to come out, sneak into this kitchen for sure.
I love it. Well, so we just got from our girls, we just got an air fryer, and so I'm going nuts with my air fryer. I love cooking in that thing.
Hot topic.
Right? It's so good and healthy for the most part.
Isn't it great?
You
It is
should never
great.
turn on your oven again.
Exactly.
It's the best thing
So
ever.
what are your favorite foods? What do you guys really like to cook?
In the air fryer, because I got one of those.
Yes.
Are you ready for this?
Go air
If you're
fryer.
a big air fryer fan, this recipe has changed my life. Like, I don't think I ever need to eat salmon another way.
Oh.
Maybe one other way. But this is a sweet chili soy salmon that I do in the air fryer, and the skin gets so crispy and crunchy, and the final minute of the cook, I drizzle a little honey and sesame seed right on top, so you get sticky, crusty coating on top, crispy, salty skin underneath, the most gloriously juicy salmon. It takes 9 minutes. You do nothing. You literally put it in the air fryer. It's like a magic machine.
I love it. And then clean up so easy. That's why I love the air fryer. Simple.
There you go. Easy. And we do a lot of air fryer recipes. So a lot of people, viewers like, will write in and be like, I need to learn how to use my air fryer. What can I do more with it? We take care of all of that. We cover the full gamut of what you'll need, how to cook, cooking techniques, new ideas, we've got them covered.
Well, that was my question for you, Jamika, is I often get really intimidated when cooking for large groups of people, like if my family's over, hosting, etc. Do you go over some tricks and tips for that too?
I do, because my background is catering. So, and I think I could put just about anything, any dish known to man, on a skewer or in a little bite-sized bite. Like, it's so many different ways you can break down, and you take things that people are familiar with, and you just kind of, if you want to serve them individually, you can shrink them down. But I always say, cook what you love, and cook what you know your guests will have fun with. You don't have to go out and do something that you're not accustomed to, because the party's going to be ruined. You're frustrated. I mean, there's so many things going on. I just tell people to pace yourself, set things ahead of time so I can have this going in the oven while you're getting dressed, so you're not a mess and the food looks good. It's just setting the pace of things, and I tell you how to work all of those out, because I'm with you. I want your party to be as fantastic as you are. People want to love you and eat your food, so I make sure I take care of that with you. I cover your party.
And how to stay organized.
It will be the party that everybody in the block is talking about. We make sure we take care of that.
Ask for help. Like, we're not any of us doing this alone. We are together
in this
cooking
together
for a reason, because we help each other, we uplift each other, and you need to do that in your own life too.
It takes a village, without a doubt.
Amen, sister. Thanks so much for joining us. The show,
thank you, bro.
The show sounds great. That's Daphne, Gail, and Jamika.
Enjoy those cookies, too.
We've connected. We've connected.
You guys are so fun.
Thanks for joining us. The Good Dish starts today in the Twin Cities. It airs on Fox 9 Plus at 3 o'clock. To find out where to watch in your area, just head to their website. It is gooddishtv.com. Aren't they great? They're just fun. It's
great. I wanted that cheesy, whatever that was that they were playing.
That didn't look very good. Cheesy stick kind of deal. That'd be good in the air fryer.
We'll be right back.
It's pronounced
like that, yes.
Pronounced just like that.
We have fun during the breaks, people. All right, the recent uptick in COVID is probably making you reconsider hitting up your favorite restaurant. But don't worry, there are still tons of new takeout options for the entire family.
Joining us now is the foodie queen herself, Stephanie Hansen. Let's give it up for Stephanie. Hit the applause button. Thank you. Thank you.
I love your haircut, by the way, Stephanie Hansen, because I haven't seen you in person or talked to you since you got it. So
thank you. It's kind of funny to follow, you know, Daphne and Jamika and Gail with their fancy lighting, and here I am in my kitchen. But I'm going to bring it for you, you guys.
Hey, we
but
call
look
that
at that decor.
We call that Minnesota real. That's what that is.
It's true.
Yeah.
I think the word is authentic.
Authentic.
I love that about
authentic self.
Yes.
Okay, well, we just mentioned it. Takeout spots for family meals specifically, because I know, like, it's easy for me to just get something for just myself, but if you've got a whole crew, it's a different story.
Yeah, and I think the mask mandates coming back has made it harder for families just to pop into places. So a lot of the restaurants have been really great about pivoting and finding ways that they can service families on a takeout basis by having larger, like, family meals. So have either of you guys heard of a place called Toma Moho Grill at Ridgedale?
I have not.
No, me neither.
Okay. It's fantastic, and it's fairly new. And what they do is they have flavors inspired by Spain and Portugal, and it's fast casual. And what they do is they serve these, like, family-sized platters. And so you can get, like, a whole chicken. And then the key to all of this is their amazing sauces. They've got, like, piri sauce, and they've got a citrus mojo sauce, an herb aioli. And then they serve it with 2 sides, 2 sauces. And for $36, you can get a whole roast chicken. It'll feed a family of 3 to 4. At our house, it would feed us probably for a couple days. So it's just an awesome opportunity to get a good meal that's fast casual, that's not just full of junk. The sides and the sauces are really, I just think, so amazing. And they've also got pork, and they do this thing. Have either of you heard of an errand beer?
A what beer?
An errand beer. It's a beer that you tell your wife you're not having, that you're doing errands. So they were like, okay, we have happy hour every day. So when you come to pick up your order, you can sit and have a glass of our homemade sangria.
Makes sense.
Oh,
Your
that sounds
errand
like
beer.
right up Tom's alley.
It does.
Errand beer.
So, Stephanie, is that located where Bar Louie used to be?
No, it isn't. It's a standalone location.
Oh.
It almost looks like it was an old lighting store.
Huh. Okay. Very interesting. Well,
Toma Moho Grill.
Got it. Also,
All right.
yeah, we've got some other locations to talk about. Is it, how do I, ROTI?
Roti, Mediterranean Grill. And they have 3 locations. They have St. Louis Park, IDS, and University of Minnesota. I just bring this one up because they don't have necessarily family-size meals, but they've got this great deal. For $53, you can get like a whole order of family-size falafel or salmon kebabs. And the food here is just super fresh. And I think people during the month of January are really craving fresh. So like salmon kebabs and pickled vegetables, hummus with pita, flavored rice, and then they give you baklava and cookies for the kids. It's just really good. So for 4 to 6 a family feast, it's $53.
Not bad. Not bad.
Okay, I'm really excited I get to read this one because I get to say it like this. Shish! Mediterranean Cafe in St. Paul.
It's so good. This is a family-owned place, and they don't use any frozen meats. Like, they work with a local farm, so I like that about them.
Cool.
But for $40 to $50, you can get a whole family feast. Again, it serves 3 to 4 generously. They do have like a veggie curry or gyros or even vegan falafel. So if you've got some dietary issues in your family or opportunities to eat a little healthier, rice, hummus, green salad, and everything comes with tons of pita, and everything they make there is super good. This is a really delicious spot if you're in St. Paul on Grand Avenue.
Yeah, the images we're showing, they look terrific. Next up, also over in St. Paul, we were talking about the Urban Growler.
Yeah, this is 2 women who I just am so fond of, and they are a brewery, but they're also feeding a lot of families in St. Paul. They have a family meal. They have adult macaroni and cheese, which people really like, which comes with like pulled pork on it, and it's a large portion. They also have buttermilk fried chicken that they do with the fixins, with coleslaw and pickles. You can pick tots or fries, and I always think fried chicken is great for kids. It's reasonably priced,
and for Dad.
And then you can also leave with a crowler or a growler of beer because they make super great beer. And I think this place, again, is a little bit undersung. Their fish fry is one of the few in town that actually has perch, which is kind of a Wisconsin thing.
Yep. Perch is great. It's so good.
Absolutely.
It's a light fish. It's similar to walleye. It's very
Tell me all about perch.
I've caught many a perch in
Then
my
they're
day.
little,
Many
so they're
a
like
perch.
little, just like they're almost like little chicken fingers that you can just dip in your tartar sauce.
Yeah, they don't get super big. It's kind of like a bass too, if you ever had bass.
Right.
Very similar.
God, look at Tom. Are you a fisherman?
Oh yeah, since I was a kid. Oh yeah. Used to make my own little lead heads. Jig
I
with 'em.
like that.
We gotta go, you 2. I know there's a lot to talk about with perch and everything else, but we gotta go to break. Stephanie's gonna be back with some great one-pot pasta meals in just a second.
Fish on! Fish on! It's a good fighting fish. It is. Welcome back, welcome back. We are back with Stephanie Hansen. We know we're in the thick of winter and everyone is craving one-pot recipes right now. Am I right, Kendall?
Yeah, I'm all about that because I hate dishes. Steph.
Yeah. It's just so
Everybody
good.
hates dishes.
Literally hate them so much. The first one you have looks delicious. Lemon ricotta. Okay, don't make fun of me. Farfalle. I don't cook.
Farfalle, that's right.
Farfalle.
You did it right. Or, you know, everybody else just calls them bow tie pasta.
Oh, bow tie pasta. Who wrote this?
Okay, that's the dish I'm actually going to make today, too, for you, Kendall. Yes. So, you guys, here's the thing about one-pot pastas, and I just figured this out somewhat recently, so I thought I would share. You can make like a whole pasta dish by boiling the pasta in broth, right? And then you just finish the whole dish inside the pot.
So no draining.
So, yeah. So instead of using water and then draining everything, we're just making it all in this one pot. So I'm going to improvise a little bit here because it's TV, obviously, but I already had my broth in there. I'm going to add a little bit more because it looks a little dry. You use about 4 cups. And then you put your pasta in there and you let it come to a boil and you boil it for about 10 to 12 minutes. I'm also going to make it lemony. So I'm adding some lemon juice And the 3 recipes I wrote all use the same technique of everything already being in the pot. So let a lemon zest. My kitchen smells so good, you guys, because it's full of lemon and garlic. A little
Speaking
garlic.
my love language, lemon and garlic. Just add some onions.
Girlfriend.
Hey.
Garlic is like my favorite, and I dated a guy once that was always worried about his garlic breath. I was
See?
like, oh no, I'm all for it.
It's okay. Some of us are into it.
Like French bread.
Yeah. Okay, so everything is in the pot. You bring it up to a boil, and then you're going to add all these other ingredients. You're going to add Parmesan cheese. You're going to add ricotta. You're going to add sour cream. You're going to add cream, and then you mix it all up, and you wait till your pasta's done, put all the other ingredients in, and then at the end, because you got to have some healthy stuff, right?
Of course,
so we have
of course.
arugula. I can hear you laughing, Kendall. Arugula or some spinach.
Yeah.
And when it's all said and done, I don't know if you can see this. I made this like literally right before we got on here this morning.
A little bit toward us. Yeah,
But
we got that. Yeah, looks great.
it's just like a creamy, delicious one-pot meal. So there's not a lot of dishes. Kids will like it.
Yeah.
You could improvise if you wanted to. You could cut up some chicken into little bits and put that in the pasta at the same time when you're cooking it.
Shrimp,
it would
whatever.
almost like poach it
Yeah.
if you cut it into chicken breast into small enough pieces. But when it's all said and done, you know, it looks pretty good and it tastes pretty wonderful. And I have a recipe that I did for this. I also have one that's with sage and with mushrooms. Again, same technique where you put the broth in and then you put your noodles in. And then I have one that is with red sauce that has artichoke hearts and Kalamata olives and capers. It's kind of more of like a puttanesca style.
Yes, that's up my alley. I love capers and red sauce and artichoke hearts, all that.
I love carbs.
Yes.
Just any carbs.
All of
that
them.
one, Tom, has a little bit of acid in it too with the sauce, so it's kind of bright and fresh.
Yeah.
A lot of these dishes you can really improvise too. It's hard to cook if you have family or you work. You know, you come home and you're so exhausted.
Right. And this is a great way to do it. And as you said, one pot, and I love that idea of having the broth in there with the pasta.
It flavors
Easy.
the pasta.
Yeah.
Because it soaks it in, and then you're also adding salt to the water. So you really get a flavorful pasta to start with versus trying to make it tasty after the fact.
You've done it again, Stephanie.
So good.
Done it.
If you want
Thanks,
any of
you
these
guys.
recipes,
One-pot pastas, give it a try.
pasta.
On it.
From the One Pot Lady, I love you. If you want any of this, by the way, always head to stephaniesdish.com.
Very good. Now we're hungry. Now we're hungry.
Yeah, she's not here to give it to me now.
We'll be right back.
Usually she feeds me the pasta. I just gotta go over the field.
We got a snorkel. We got a snorkel. Monday snorkel. I like that.
Okay, it's time for the world's shortest segment. That was it. All right.
Yes.
Imagine spending more than 6 hours in a line, like a line for something, just for a bucket of popcorn. Yeah, that's happening right now at Disney World.
It is. The Epcot International Festival of the Arts kicked off on Friday, and everyone wants this, a Figment popcorn bucket with fruit-flavored popcorn inside. Figment is the purple dragon and mascot of the Imagination Pavilion at Epcot. The $25 for this popcorn bucket is only sold at one vendor, and people were waiting in line for hours. In some cases, 7 hours to get one of these. A limit of 2. Some of the buckets are now selling for nearly $200 on eBay.
That's where Jason is. He's in line to get popcorn.
Could be.
It is.
Could be. He's getting his 2.
I mean, bring me one, please. We'll be right back, everybody. Can you imagine?
No. Well, for Monday, we're having some fun. And no Jason, but he'll be back soon. Welcome back. It is time for the surprise goodbye. Boop, boop, boop. I feel like I'm playing pinball. Today, a blind date gone horribly, horribly wrong in China. A video blogger says last week her blind date invited her over to his house to show off his cooking skills. Well, during the meal, the Chinese government ordered a lockdown in her city because of a COVID outbreak, which meant she couldn't leave his house. to make things worse, there's no romance. She says the guy doesn't talk much and his cooking is so-so. It's not clear if she's still in lockdown with this guy.
They do not play over there. Like, girl, no, you there. Oh my gosh.
And if he could cook, maybe.
Maybe it would have been fine. Hey, tomorrow she doesn't cook. Maybe she does, but she makes plants look pretty. It's Shayla from the Plant Penthouse. She's got her 5 favorite winter care tips for her house.
Nice. Have yourself a great day and